Good afternoon, beautiful people. That's my kitty's ear. She's like, Mom's talking, but who's she talking to? I just got back from service at Sunrise Ranch. That's why she's mauling me right now. I just got home. I get so inspired when I go out there. I absolutely adore the community. I love the service. It's like any other kind of service that I've gone to in the past, a lot of times where it feels like it was meant just for me. Tonight they talked a lot about story. And it can either be story or it can be story. And for a very long time, I was caught up in the other kind of story. And when my kid went through the crisis that he went through a couple weeks ago, it was a massive wake-up call to change how I deal with story. I have a good girlfriend of mine who says that, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of things, but I definitely have a full plate. And I get called strong and brave on a regular basis, and it never really landed with me because if most people knew the hopelessness, the amount of defeat and non-strength that I feel on a regular basis, that maybe they would think differently. I also have a lot of family and friends who don't understand why I do these videos. And I started back when I first got diagnosed with Lyme disease and I was going through treatment, and I kind of did it to help me process. And then found out that in some of my weird ways that I was actually inspiring others. And so that's why I continue to do this, is that in my search for truth and learning and knowledge and experience, that hopefully what I'm going through is not in vain. And that if I can pass along some little nugget to somebody else and help them out during a dark time, then it's worth it. But so story. I've seen what story has done to my kiddo. I've seen how he was raised with a victim, with lots of expectations and attachments. Shortly after my divorce, he'd see me break down in public places, just sobbing, feeling sorry for myself. I'm 40 years old. I didn't expect to live, in government-assisted housing with my ex-husband's leftover furniture, driving a hand-me-down car, doing work that doesn't exactly ignite me. I expected to be married by now. I expected, everything that I've gone through in life, I expected to be somewhere different than where I am now. And that's where the majority of my misery and suffering was coming from, because I wasn't dealing with what was present. I wasn't looking around being grateful at what I have. I was focused too much on what I don't have. And so he comes by story the unhealthy way very easily. He got taught it very well. And I'm seeing now how getting caught up in that kind of story can be the difference between life or death. I'm trying to become a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, and a better example for my kiddo and anybody else who will listen. I want to be the change I see in the world. And it starts with me, and it starts with getting out of that story. All these wonderful experiences I've gone through have made me the person I am today. And you can use that to propel you action to move through it, or you can stay stuck in it. Also, for the last 2 years, I felt quite stuck. Ever since I got out of the hair industry and into the marijuana industry, and kind of got away from some of my coaching stuff, I felt like I was spinning my wheels. Like, for a while there, I was getting a lot of divine inspired action, and this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to say, and this is who I want to be in the world. And then somehow I lost that. And going to these classes with higher alignment, hanging out at Sunrise Ranch. Yesterday I finished the book Unfuck Yourself. Absolutely amazing. I love his Scottish accent, and I love the way he talks. Today I finished the 4 Agreements. And a lot of it had to do talking with, stuff that's been around for centuries about what we think about but also action. You know, we can sit there and read these books and talk the talk till we're blue in the face, but until we put one foot in front of the other and say, enough is enough, and I'm not doing this anymore, nothing's ever going to change. And so that's the big thing. You know, I can't actually teach him, my son, through my words. I'm going to have to show it through my actions. And so I'm going to have to make a very conscious effort to show him what a survivor, what a warrior, what a doer looks like instead of a talker, a thinker. This cat. But I hope that makes sense. That's just kind of what I've been up to lately. And like I said, story, you know, you can use one to justify why it is you're doing what you're doing and staying stuck where you are, or you can use it to propel you and inspire others. What do you choose? Stay tuned.